What's up, world? This is your girl P. So, the universe is real. And why did I come to this conclusion? Well, as we all know, as I shared in a previous video of the ending of my spiritual journey, I come to the conclusion that the universe is real because that's the world that we live in. And the more you let go of things that no longer serve you, you know, because it's the end of the spiritual journey, meaning I've learned and my vibration is so high that I can see the truth. Like I literally can see the truth of the matter. So there's no more journey to search the truth. I mean, things can still be revealed to you, but there's no more fake. You know what I'm saying? Because the separation from real from the fake. There's no more fake. You can't, it's like once you see it, you see it. So the reason why I say the universe is real, because again, that's the world that we live in. Now, when we look at the fact that our souls came to this earth as characters, and the characters that we're playing is ourselves, our name, our background, what we do, how we act, how we move, all of that. That's a character, and it's a lot of people out here pretending, to be something that they're not. And when you vibrate high, because when it comes to the book of Revelations, it's not about the whole world seeing what's revealed. It's about you as an individual soul vibrating high enough so that you can see the truth. The truth will be revealed to you. So as long as you're in a low vibration, you won't see the truth. And this is why, like I said, as a disclaimer, I don't try to project my thoughts and opinions on anyone. I'm just sharing my vantage point and showing you why I see things from where I stand. And the higher you evolve your spirit, which is your mind, the more the truth will be revealed to you, and that's why I came up to the conclusion that there is no God, right? And you can be a God. I can be a God, right? Meaning you have power and you can deliver. Meaning if I showed up in a person's life to bless them, that would be me coming as a God to deliver a blessing to a person. But if I showed up in a low vibration to sabotage a person, then I'll be showing up as the devil. And that's why that's why these are choice words, because we could just find another word, because a lot of people don't use the word devil, they use the word enemy, which is the same thing, is derived from the devil. And these are entities, meaning individuals that's choosing that role. You know what I'm saying? So when the truth is revealed to you, you'll realize that in this world that we live in, the universe is it's an entity on the other side watching us. It's just like you are on the other side watching people on TV or in movies. You are watching them, but they're acting, but we're acting as ourselves. So there's another entity on the other side watching us, seeing everything that we do. This is why it's not about being a better person per se, because like I said, as I evolve my mind, which is my spirit, as I evolve my mind, I can see that it's not about being a better person. It's about not being the enemy to another person, to another soul. Because one thing I do know, karma is real. And the universe, meaning the people on the other, I can't even call it people, but the reason why I'm using that word, because I can't even find another word to use to describe what I'm trying to say, is that the entities or the whatever, the higher power are on the other side watching us. It's like we are oblivious as to us being characters. You know what I'm saying? All you have to do is just look at history. those characters came to play roles and they're no longer here anymore because they were characters. They're not, their roles are over. This is why people pass away. They move on, the soul moves on. Same thing like when you watch a movie. You know what I'm saying? Somebody might be in that, on that scene in that movie, and they're not in it anymore. It's the same thing. So when you're removed from a scene or the whole picture per se, then you're no longer a part of that movie or that show. So, but there's always someone on the other side watching. That's like us. We're on the other side watching the movie. We're on the other side watching the show. So if we're characters and our souls came to the earth to, as individuals, to play the role of yourself, me playing myself, then who's on the other side watching us? You see what I'm saying? Seeing everything that we do. So it's like even when you're by yourself, you being watched. And I said this time and time again, and I don't think people really understand it. And it's not about me saying it to put fear in anybody, because I'm not trying to invoke fear. I'm not trying to project fear. I'm just telling you the real. This is why I never do bad things to people, but this is why I refuse to do anything, because I know I'm being seen. It's like even when you by yourself, it's like you can be doing something and you by yourself and you don't think nobody can see it. But you're being watched. And it's like it's like whether you're being watched in the present moment is being recorded. This is why they have ideas to put cameras everywhere. You got cameras on the corner street lights, cameras in stores, cameras everywhere, because they got that idea because they know the people who invented to put cameras on street corners and stuff like that. They know it's like you're being watched everywhere you go, everything you do. Like I'm walking up and down the street right now. It's cameras on the street corners. Now they have a vehicle that just drive around with nobody in it, with cameras on it. Don't click in your mind that everything you do is being seen? No matter where you go, it's a camera somewhere. It's CCTV everywhere you go. And this is why I say it's not about being a better person. It's about being real and stop being fake. You know what I'm saying? And in order for you to drop the fakeness, in order for you to be who you're supposed to be, which is your true authentic self, you have to raise your vibration in order to see the truth. Because once you see the truth, there's no way you're going to unsee it. You know what I'm saying? And the universe, meaning this big movie of life, there's somebody watching. We're characters for another entity or whatever, the higher power, something greater than us is watching us on the other side. Like we're literally characters in a movie of life. And it's like, it's really deep like that. And I don't understand why, I do understand why people can't see it, because you're not in the vibration to see the truth. And when you the more you raise your vibration, this is how I got that enlightenment to say that the twin flame thing is not real. It's like it's the twin flame journey is meant for you to chase after something that it's like it's pulling you away from. It's like it pulled you away from what you were distracted from, because the universe will use different things, and I have to try to uncondition myself for saying God. You know what I'm saying? Because we all been programmed to say God, opposed to the people who haven't been programmed to say that. But it's like second nature for you to just say God, right? But the universe uses certain things to pull you away from what you're distracted, so that because you're picked to see the truth, but everybody ignores it. It's like because you're distracted by other things. But once somebody says something to you, because basically it's how it happened for me. It's like once somebody says something to you, and if you have a curious mind, you're gonna want to know. You know what I'm saying? And once you know and you turn around, it's like something gets your attention and you turn around and you start looking, and then you start really wanting to see the truth but not be scared of the truth. You're going to see it. You're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. You're going to see exactly that the the, the quote unquote devil and the quote unquote God is a person choosing to be that. It's not about that's something in the clouds looking down on everybody. And again, like I said, I don't say these things to project or try to program other people's mind. I'm just showing you what I see at my vantage point, and the higher I vibrate, the more I can see, and I can't unsee what I see. It's like a spot on the ground. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. I saw it. It's like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like all this time I really been wanting to know if God is real. And I was hearing people a lot say the universe, and I'm like, well, God created the universe. But who is God? You know what I'm saying? So this is why I say that I don't know how I, I'm pretty sure that once I vibrate more higher, then the higher I vibrate, the more I'm going to see. You know what I'm saying? And but I know that the universe is only going to allow me to see so much. They're not going to allow you to see everything. You know what I'm saying? But they will allow you to see so much because you want to, and you can't be afraid to see the truth. And sometimes we as people, we're afraid of the truth because we know once you know the truth, you can't unknow it. And so this is why I say that the universe is real, and there's no God and there's no devil. That those terminologies will be a person choosing to play that character. However it was back in the day, the biblical times, when that happened, whoever Satan was someone who started out nice and turned into a whole different character because maybe, you know how the story go. I don't have to tell you how it went, but anybody can do that. That's how you know it's not a specific devil. It's a person that turns sour, turns bitter, and goes into that vibration and play that role. And anybody can do it, and you see people do it all the time. You know what I'm saying? And you see people do it all the time, and then you see people blessing people, walking around, giving homeless people food. You know what I'm saying? Going around, you got some celebrities going back, blessing schools and stuff. That is a person choosing to be a God, meaning I'm coming to bless you, and I'm coming to deliver a blessing to you. That's a person choosing to be a God. They're not God, meaning they're superior than other people. It means that they have the resources to bless another person. And that's what makes a person a God in that situation, because they showed up in another person's life and blessed them. That's basically what it is. So when you look at it, I don't know if I'm making myself clear, but you have to be willing to want to know the truth in order to hear it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like somebody telling you, and I always use like relationships. It's like somebody telling you that they saw your husband or your wife cheating with somebody else. They saw it, but you didn't see it. But they saw it, and they're telling you what they saw. It's up to you to decide if you want to believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? That person could be lying. That person might be telling the truth, but it's up to you. It's like your intuition is going to tell you if what you're hearing makes sense or not, if it sounds plausible. You know what I mean? That's where intuition comes in. At. It's like, let me listen to what this person is saying, because in a way it kind of sounds like it makes sense, but at the same time, I don't know everything. I just have a vantage point just like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? And like I mentioned before, vibration is basically your mental frequency, where your mind is. It's like you could be sitting down and it's a big old wall, and I could be standing up. The reason why I see more than you is because I'm standing up. And the reason why you can't see that over that wall is because you're sitting down. But you have to look at that as your mind. So you raise your mind up, you'll be able to see more. And that's raising your vibration, because you're no longer slumped down, but mentally you're raising up so that you can see over the wall, and now you got the big picture. But like I said, I don't come on here to project. You know what I'm saying? I don't come over here to try to get people to see things the way I see it. I'm just sharing my vantage point because I'm on this journey, and I can't help it. The more I vibrate, the more I can see. And I just share my vantage point with people, And it's going to be some people that get what I'm saying, and it's going to be some people who ain't jiving with it. And that's perfectly fine. You know what I'm saying? But that wouldn't be any different than you as a person telling me what you see from where you stand. You see, that's what you see. You know what I'm saying? And I can't tell you what I can't tell you what your eyes see and don't see. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, going back to a person telling you that your husband or wife was cheating on you, you can't tell that person that they didn't see what they saw. Only the universe knows, because at the end of the day, they're on the other side watching. They see it. And if you see something, it's only because they allowed you to see it. You know what I'm saying? You will never see the truth of anything unless you were allowed to see it. And I'll give another example. I was walking down the street one day. It was some money on the ground, and a whole bunch of guys walked past the money. They didn't see it, but I did. Same thing when I say how to find a hidden treasure. Nobody saw the idea that I got. I was the only one saw it. So it's like, it depends on you. You know what I'm saying? Were you paying attention? Are you even willing to see? Do you look, or were you distracted? Is your mind somewhere else? Because sometimes when you're not, you could be walking around and your mind could be on something else, and you won't see what's in front of you. It's like that with everything. It's not just like that with dreams and goals and trying to find ideas and stuff like that. It's about finding the truth. You know what I'm saying? And the truth will be right in your face, and you act, not even if you act like you can't see it, you're refusing to see it because you're looking at something else. That's all I'm saying. But like I said, when it comes to the universe to me is what is real, because that's what we live in. And that's something we could clearly see, but we call it the world. You know what I'm saying? That's something that we know is real because it's something you can see. You know what I'm saying? When you can't see something, then how can it be real? You know what I'm saying? And like I said, the word devil and the word God is a terminology used that you could call a person that's showing up to deliver something. You know what I'm saying? But when you're talking about the universe, it's the world itself, everything in it, and we know that to be true. But the world is derived from universe, or vice versa. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my vantage point. And as a disclaimer, I don't project, and I'm not trying to manipulate your mind to get you to see anything the way that I see it. I just share my vantage point with you, and that's all I got for you. And I holler though. One love. Peace.